What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today, and today I have a very exciting video for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Gemini Jets has officially announced the Gemini Jets 1-400 scale Delta Connection Embraer ERJ-175. Finally here. I can't believe it. It's tough to believe after 2 years, and we'll talk about it more in detail as we get this video started. But guys, the Gemini Jets Embraer 175 for Delta is finally here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm on their website as we speak right now. This video is getting recorded Friday, September 15th, 5:05 p.m. Central Time, and it is here listed as a future preview. So it's kind of unfortunate because I really wanted the full reaction, obviously. It would have been nice if it would have been, the genuine release, but I do appreciate Gemini doing a little bit something different here. Now the anticipation is real. So let's fire away with the backstory a little bit for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about here when it comes to Delta Embraer 175. I'll make it consolidated yet efficient. So yes, the Delta Embraer ERJ-175 for SkyWest Airlines is a pivotal part of the U.S. aviation industry. They fly to various places out of the hubs with Salt Lake City, Minneapolis, and they've been in, Los Angeles, Seattle, and they've also floated into New York airports, Detroit, and even Atlanta at times. It's a really pivotal aircraft. Many people for their model airports and their sentimental value have been wanting a Delta 175 for years now, and dating all the way back to when they were first getting delivered in 2015, 2016. Of course, and then as of late, especially, 2020, 2021, 2022, after we got these two aircraft that I'm going to show you right here, the Gemini Jets 1-400 scale Delta Connection, of course, the horizontal stabilizer falls off. Dang it. Delta Connection ERJ 900 I'll put on the other side. That's what old glue does for you. But the Delta Connection ERJ 900, so small I can't even hold it like this. But the Delta ERJ 900, apologies that it won't focus. I would like each and every one of you to get to see it in its full glory. And also to go with it the month later, sorry about the focus, but the American ERJ-900. These two aircraft truly changed 1-400 scale model collecting at its finest, because these two aircraft were so sought after for so long, and we finally got them in 2021, and that really set the tone for this I would call it era that Gemini Jets is in right now, with the release choices that they have, the molds that they have, the interactive series aircraft, the flaps down. What they've done as of late, I really feel like the foundation was laid with these two model aircraft, and it's crazy to think that two planes can make or break the difference, but I truly think that it does. And finally now Gemini Jets coming around for the next highly sought after aircraft in the Delta 175. So of course we've not had a Delta 175 done in 1-400 period. We've had a 170 done. That was about 8-9 years ago at this point. It was a while when they did those. And those have been nice substitutes, but I think each and every one of us has wanted a full, legit, full flavor Delta 175 for a very long time now. It's really cool to see. I'm really, really excited for it. You guys can go back to several videos I've done in the past, dating back to those two videos with the Delta CR9 and the American CR9. I probably mentioned Delta 175 at one point or another in either or both of those videos. And it's really cool to see that we're now finally here. The big leak there was obviously Citrus Aviation asked Todd Michaels at Airliners International this previous year in Dallas if we'd be getting this aircraft, and if so, when. And he said by February 2024. And we're currently on track to certainly make that deadline and threshold. So yeah, good question by the White. I don't think all of us would have been willing to ask that, just because of how interesting of a topic it is and whether we would get the right answer or not. But Citrus asked, we got the right answer, and that's certainly going to be coming to fruition here. It's a really exciting time. I can't thank Gemini Jets enough for their efforts to continue to contribute to our model aircraft desires. Of course, they have the choice of what they would want to release, and they know that the Delta 175 among the ERJ-900s I was just referring to are really popular aircraft among all U.S. collectors, and it's super cool to see that we are finally here to the point where they are getting this aircraft for us. I'm personally very excited for it. It's not only applicable to my projects, but also to many of yours, and it's really exciting. I've talked about it for quite some time, and it's really cool to see that it's finally coming to fruition. I get to see these about every time I go spotting at my local airport, so it's really fun to see that we're finally going to get this aircraft here in 1-400 scale, and also 1-200. I can't forget about 1-200 because it's not been done in 1-200 either, and it's just as big a component there as it is in 1-400. I also want to recognize how cool it is with the other releases that we're going to be getting soon, including the United aircraft that they announced, the Airbus A321neo and 787-10. Those are going to be fun. I'm really excited to see how they do on those. I'm really excited for United's 321neo. I think it'll be a really unique plane in the fleet, so that's going to be a really exciting one, and I'm very excited to see how Gemini Jets is able to execute on that aircraft. And the 787-10, of course, will be yet another really good compliment considering how challenging it is to find those at this time, and I certainly would like to take advantage of getting that pending the circumstances. So looking very forward to that as well. And then Delta A319, another really cool one. It's been a long time since they've done a Delta 319. Aero Classics did one in 2018 or 19, somewhere in there. So it's been a long time since the latest one's been done, but Gemini hasn't done one flat out since I think 2014 or 15. So it's certainly time for Gemini to swing back around. I hope we get a 320 as well, but certainly nice that they give us some anticipation with these four particularly. We also got some additional really cool aircraft. We got all those in 1-200, by the way, but including the U.S. Navy F-18 and 172. It's really cool to see this mold making a huge comeback here in 2023, and yet another reason why Gemini Jets is really killing it with their release choices. So that's what you're finding with this aircraft right here. Southwest Amuma 1 was going to be a really great addition to the fleets. I'm really excited to see that. Both Gemini Jets and NG models going to be having quite the competition on that aircraft, and so many good ones. The Apex Logistics 748 is really great. Of course, the Salmon 37 for Alaska. The Spirit A320neo Raccoon Mask going to be a great addition. We just got the Air Force One and 1-400. That's exciting. Kansas Air National Guard. A really great list of aircraft, but this Delta 175. This is huge. You never thought that a plane that's this big would have such an impact on so many people's model aircraft journey, but it certainly does. I'm really excited for it, and I can't thank Gemini Jets enough for executing and finally doing this for us. I know it's just a blank plane with a widget on the tail, but it seriously is very meaningful. For whatever reason it may be, like we talked about with the model airports and being realistic, we can talk about sentimental value. Citrus Aviation made his video, and he went into immense detail regarding how he's worked various Delta 175s on the ramp, and he thinks that he's worked this particular registration as well, which I can't see it from this perspective, but I'm sure it's a good one. It's certainly an enhanced winglet, I can tell you that, which is what we're looking for. This also gives Gemini Jets opportunities to make some additional regional jets that haven't been done yet, and I'm sure they're eyeing them, like the Delta 175 with the normal slanted winglets, I think, or straight up winglets. I think everybody would like to see that for Republic Airways, in addition to an American Embraer 175 also for Republic with the normal winglets. I think everybody would like to see that too, so hopefully we'll be getting those at some point in the future too. But yeah, this was really the last big one. I think everybody's really satisfied following this. I'm sure more re-releases can't hurt. Gemini Jets went back through and did all the ones that were super rare from their initial release. So the American 175, American CRJ-700, and then as of for Delta, they redid the CRJ-700 too. They did another CR2. United, they did the Evo. It's probably time for another 175 for them, so we'll see if we get that. We did get the I'm forgetting what it's called, of course. Darn it, CRJ-200 previously. I'm hopeful that we'll be seeing another CRJ-550 because that one's very popular too. So there's Gemini's really catering to in this era from 2021. I'm sorry. It's a really exciting plane. 2021 on, they've really been catering to many desires, and it's super exciting, not only for us collectors, but for the whole community to be getting aircraft that we really want. And this is huge. It's a huge win for us. Of course, Gemini Jets is the only company that can do the Delta 175 or the CRJ-900s. So it's really exciting to see that we're now here, and I'm really delighted to see where the future takes us with regards to these aircraft. And it's only going to be up from here, everybody. I mean, it's really exciting, and huge thank you to Gemini Jets. I mean, it simply comes down to the execution here, and it's so exciting to see that they're doing this. And this doesn't happen overnight, guys. It's I know it's a simple aircraft for them to make, and they make several of them, but it's their choice whether they want to do it or not. And the fact that we're going to be getting it here in 2023 really speaks volumes. I think 2023 it should be. I would anticipate they would do it before Christmas, but I would expect it within the next couple months. I got announced a couple days ago, so probably November or December. That's what I'm thinking. I think they're going to want to capitalize on those Christmas sales. I'm going to say that's going to come out in November, simply due to the fact to make sure that it's here in time for Christmas for everybody. That's my prediction, although I would not be surprised if it's December either. Gemini Jets has typically had really good sets around the Christmas time, so whether it's going to be November to December this year, that remains to be determined. I think the United 321neo is just as big as it get. I know that it's not quite in commercial service yet. I think it's going to be entering and commencing service in December, I believe. November to December. I think it's December. But nevertheless, that's a big get, guys, to get these aircraft pronto like that's really fun. And yeah, Gemini Jets slowly but surely really satisfying each and every collector with their various aircraft they've done lately. You know, we can go back to 2019, 2018. You know, it was certainly shaky. You know, Gemini Jets, they were known for having poor QC on quite a few of their molds. They were making poor release choices, and when they did do something good, it came broken, you know. They certainly, 5 years ago, had some controversy around the name, but I have to give them a huge amount of credit for what they've done as of late to really turn it around and get back to, you know, actually looking like a flagship model airplane manufacturer, and it's been really fun to watch. I think they really took that criticism to heart and realized that they're not going to continue to get away with what they were, and I think that those first two sets of 2021 with the, you know, you had the DHL 737, the KLM 777, which was a fine one, but you know, the you know, the questionable all heavy releases, I think there were only like 3 or 4 narrow bodies combined throughout those two sets, and I think Gemini realized that it was time, you know, that era needed to end, and it was time to work into some aircraft that were more desirable among all collectors, not just US collectors, but all collectors. And I really feel like what they've been doing lately really caters to that. They've been really utilizing some unique faucets. I've talked about the Mesa CRJ900, Skywest CRJ700, Republic 175, and all of those several times. That's been huge. We obviously have talked about the regional jets and how important that is for various US collectors. You can't also not recognize 2 other main areas as well, in my opinion. Unique aircraft types. The Gemini 200 Antonov 225 is a prime example. The Fokkers that they've made, you know, they've in the 200 especially, you know, they've utilized the Twin Otter really well, and you saw that that one that you previously on wheels, the Win Air. That's great. They've really made some great strides there, and then there was a couple others I'm thinking of that are slipping my mind. The interactive aircraft have been huge. You know, they've done a really good job on those, and just many unique aircraft. You know, again, Air Force One's big. We're just really cool types. Trying to think if there's any others off the top of my head. Oh, the Coletta 737-400, the Coletta 727, just these really unique planes that are really starting to contribute in their own way, but they're still popular at the same time. That's something to really applaud. That, along with the retro offerings for the retro collectors, they've really enjoyed. The TWA MD-80 was just as big for, you know, as the American CRJ900 subjectively. That was a big one for all those collectors. It's the equivalent, which is super cool. So you had that one, of course. You can move into the realms of you know, like the US Air MD-80. I'm sure some of them are slipping my mind. All the Convairs and Electras they've done over the last couple years. It's seriously been a really exciting time, and I really need to reflect. In 2021, right after they did the big first set with the Delta 900, I made a conspiracy theory video, which I'm kind of interested that I chose to make that, but I wanted to reflect on that. I kind of remembered, I kind of don't. There was parts in there that I think that I was fairly correct on. I think all the re-releases I was really spot on with, which was really cool. And then there was some parts like talking about Frontier and JetBlue that I completely struck out on. So I'm going to be eager. I might make a reaction video to that and really reflect on what I said. 2 years can do a bunch, so I really want to go back and reflect on that video and you know, what I talked about there, because you know, it was really important. And certainly, again, some of it was absolutely right. You know, I think I talked about Delta particularly getting some more attraction, and while it took a while, we are finally here, as you can see, with the 175, the 319, and then yeah, let's talk about the 767, the 717, the A330 Neo, 767 400, 737 900. They're, I can't even count them on one hand. They're doing so many, which is really exciting, and I can't thank them enough. And you know, they're doing this in conjunction with really popular aircraft too. You know, you can look at some releases as simple as the Condor and Virgin Atlantic A330 Neos. You know, they're really killing it, and I can't thank Gemini Jets enough. And the quality control has been good lately. You know, there's not been any aircraft that have been abysmally bad. You have your fair share, like the Desert Gold Retro is questionable, and you know, there's a couple other particular examples, but for the most part, they've really put out a pretty consistent product. And while, you know, for some collectors that isn't good enough, you know, others like myself really appreciate what they have done and what they'll continue to do. And considering that over half my collection is Gemini Jets, I have to appreciate what they've done and certainly reflect on what they continue to do, and of course what we'll see in the future. So I'm really excited for that, and just really appreciative right now of what they've done for the Delta 175. This is a huge get, and I'm really excited for the reaction, because I know it's going to be coming one of these months, and now it's anticipation. So now it's just going to be that full reaction when it formally gets announced, when we can look forward to it. You know, this is the appetizer to the entree, right? So And then, of course, it's just going to be the icing on the cake once we do officially get it, do the unboxing. It's a really exciting time, and I apologize the video was a little bit late. It's been super busy around here lately. Don't get me wrong. I wish I could have covered it immediately, but I'm really glad to swing back around to it now. And yeah, going into the future, I'm very hopeful to get as engaged as possible back with, you know, being very prompt to these topics like Delta 175. It's just been unfortunate with how busy it's been this summer, but I truly, genuinely have missed being so prompt to all these topics, and it really makes me appreciate when I was able to be right there for everything like the American CRJ-900, Delta CRJ-900, so on and so forth. And I'm excited to hopefully get back to that this fall with some more manageable plans. Don't get me wrong, we'll talk about everything I got to do this summer and why it was so important, but we also can't sit here and not recognize how fun it is when something fun does get announced and we get to sit here and talk about it. It's super cool. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Rock on, Gemini Jets. Thank you so much. This is so exciting, and it's going to make a huge impact not only on myself but each and every one of you out there. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll look forward to hearing from all of you. But nevertheless, that'll do for today's video, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.